What's going on, boys? Oh man, this might be weird. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jordan with Exotic Whips. As you can tell, my voice is kind of gone. I did a video yesterday where I didn't speak at all, and it was literally worse than this. So I'm gonna keep the talking to a minimum here. If you're new to the channel, thank you very much for watching. Smash that subscribe button. Got a lot of cool stuff coming up with my E36 M3, but for now, it looks like we might have a problem with it. Let me get some stuff moved around. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so if you're new to the channel, hopefully you can hear me. If you're new to the channel, this is my E36 M3 with an S54 swap that I just got done. Strobong exhaust. M-Tech 2 steering wheel, Recaro seats, 6-speed transmission. S54. Like I said, S54, done a ton of work for this stuff. We just got this out of the shop and it was basically refreshed. It had valve cover gasket redone, oil pan gasket redone, rear main seal redone. We did do a 6-speed trans in this as well. But here's something I just noticed. That. I don't know if you can see it. If it's even leaking yet, there you can see a little bit. So, my worst case scenario is rear main seal. Now the guys over at Boost Logic did just put in a new rear main seal. I trust their work. One common leak that these S54 have is a CPV valve leaks, and it's up by the headers. And it's just a little, I forgot what it stands for, but the wash or the O-ring goes bad after, I've seen some guys say 50,000 miles, I've seen others say 80. This engine has about 100,000 miles on it. Sorry guys. And from what I've read and from what I've seen other people say, the CPV valve can look a lot like a rear main seal leak. So if your CPV valve is leaking, then it can look like a rear main seal. And right now, it kind of looks like a rear main seal. So fingers crossed, it's a CPV valve, because then it's a very simple fix. So my plan today, not too complicated. I'm gonna jack this thing up in the air. I'm gonna let it run for like 10 minutes. First I'm gonna clean up all the oil. I'm gonna let it run for like 10 minutes and really try and diagnose exactly where that leak is coming from. Fingers crossed, it's a CPV valve. Fingers crossed. I won't be able to show you, but the CPV valve is basically on the bottom side, on the underside of the header. If you're looking down from the top, it's kind of on the underside of where the headers are. So it might be a little difficult to get to, especially if the headers are blazing hot. But for now, I'm gonna get this thing jacked up and let it run so I can at least start to really pinpoint where that's coming from. So, where this thing is leaking, here is the oil pan, and there's this bolt right here, and you can see it's leaking. And then if we come back, this one kind of has a little leak coming from it too. Then there's also that from the bell housing. Now, the CPV is somewhere up in here somewhere. Oh, these are my nice ceramic coated headers, by the way. So it's leaking from right there. Almost looks like from the bell housing too. All right, so that's where the oil leak is. So what I'm gonna do now is get a microfiber, clean that up as much as I can, and then start the car, let it run for like 10 minutes probably, and see if I can spot where that oil leak is coming from. So now it's just crawling back under there, cleaning up as much of it as I can. All right, boys, I apologize for this. So I just let the car run for like 10 minutes and I couldn't really reproduce the leak. You know, after I go drive it and I look under the car, I can see it from those two spots. So I don't know if it actually needs to be driven for this leak to happen. I don't know if maybe shifting using the clutch does something with the way. Maybe it takes pressure off the rear main. I don't think so because the rear main seal is in front of the flywheel. I'm really not too sure. I do know it leaks, and I do know just letting it run for 10-15 minutes really didn't cause that much of a leak. There was a little bit of a leak between the bell housing and the block. Very, 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 very minor, very minor. So I don't know. I think I can rule out that it's not the CPV valve. The CPV valve, I think I can show you where that is. I took a video on my phone, so I'll show you where that is. It's basically as far back on the block as you can get, right beneath the like very last header pipe, the header outlet. So it's right there. You'll see it. It would take like a flat head to loosen it, and that's completely dry, so it's not the CPV. So at this point, I think I'm gonna get the car off jack stands, maybe go drive it a little bit, check the engine oil, make sure it's not down too low, and then go from there. The guys over at Boost Logic, Roman, the guy I've talked to you guys a bunch about, he's actually in Germany tuning for another 2 weeks. And the last thing I wanna do is not drive this thing for 2 weeks. So I'm gonna get on the horn with him and see what he has to say. Also, I did notice, looks like we have a wee bit of tire rubbing. So I didn't really roll these fenders too aggressively, so I may spend some time and roll those fenders. The front doesn't look too bad. The front seems to be okay, so I don't think we need any fender rolling up front. I think maybe just the rear. So that's gonna do it for today. Again, I apologize for my voice. If anything else, and you guys have an E46 or an S54, maybe you didn't know about the CPV valve, that is a common leak on these. Mine seems to be okay. So for now, I'm thinking it's probably the rear main seal, which would suck, because that's a trans-off type of repair. Yeah, I don't know. I'll keep driving it, keep seeing how it looks, and I'll keep checking the engine. Also, if you're new to the channel, guys, smash that subscribe button. Got a lot of cool stuff coming up with this, and I will see you on the next video, hopefully with a better voice. Peace.